Hey, how's it going? And welcome to Whiskey Whims with me, Stuart. Today we are looking at the Springbank Sherry Cask Tasting Pack, which was released for the virtual festival last year, I believe. I've had it sitting, didn't get round to it. Sort of remembered some details. I know there's a Palo Cortado, or Cortado, is that how you say it? A Manzilla. Is that like a cross between Godzilla and man? A huge dude. I don't know what the cask is called, Manzanilla or something. Anyway, it's all sherry anyway. I'm assuming there's Oloroso PX. I can't remember it exactly what's here. The bottles just say Springbank single malt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I marked the glasses up myself. This is going to be a sort of blind tasting. My mum and dad are currently staying with us, so I got my mum to take out the tasting card sheet or the details of what's on there, and I poured the whiskies, save her pouring them. So she then put the card back in. I can't remember, you're just going to have to trust me, but I can't remember which is which. I'm not going to even attempt to guess which is which. I'm just going to see which is my favourite out of this lineup of 6 Springbanks. So they're probably all going to be quite similar. I can't even remember what age ranges they are. I don't think it goes very old. I think the youngest has to be 3, but I think the youngest might be 4-year-old, and I think the oldest might be 8. But we'll get the details down, so I honestly can't remember. I think it was last year or something. I can't remember what. Like I said, I think one's Palo Cortado, whatever you say, Palo Cortado, I can't speak, and Manzilla, a big dude. So yeah, we'll get down to this. I've got some water to try in between. I'll keep this over there, I suppose, and yeah, we'll just go 1 to 6. So we're just going to do the nose and the palates. I'm just going to leave off the finish. Yeah, I'll just leave the finish off. 6 looks the darkest from the lineup. 6 and 1 are pretty similar, but 6 just looks that what's the shade? Just looks a shade darker. I can't remember if one of them as well is the society bottling, or if one of them's the virtual. They released a virtual bottle, online virtual bottle or online festival bottling, which I didn't really enjoy. I'm sure I had a sample of that, so this might be the one of these, and I possibly think it could be this one just because of the colour of it. One of these could be the society bottlings that they then released after the tasting. So I think these were maybe like upcoming Springbanks possibly, or just casks that they've got. I can't remember the full details on it, if they're actually going to release these whiskies or not. But yeah, I think one of them, and for some reason I've got it in my head that the darkest one might be the society bottling. But anyway, like I said, I've numbered the glasses so that if we lose track of them, we know which one's which. But we'll just, because I want to obviously do my favourite nose, my favourite palate. So we'll start from 1. Yeah, we'll start from 1. So 1 on the nose, and I don't know why I'm doing this because they're all going to be dark fruits, sherry, plum, or maybe not. This is very grassy. And was it Jason who said you're not allowed to use grassy as a tasting note, or he doesn't like it used as a tasting note? It's grassy and smooth. No, it's not smooth. It's wet grass. I don't know if you've ever tried to cut wet grass. That it just comes up in a clump of damp grass, a pile of damp, dark grass, and that's what this smells like. Or if you've been to a park. And they've cut the grass and it's rained, if you live in Scotland, and it's rained, the rain's lashed down and all the clumps of grass that they've left behind are now wet. That's what this kind of smells like. I'm assuming some of these are going to need water. I think they're cask strength. The legs are holding on. They're quite thin legs. I can't remember if thin legs means it's young. Where I think long legs means it's high ABV and thin legs means young. The thicker the legs, it's one of them. I'm terrible at doing stuff like this, but yeah, it's a little grassy. It appears young, or it smells young because of the grassy element. I wouldn't even hazard a guess at what sherry type this is. The only ones that I really know are Oloroso PX, that Palo Cortado, or however you say it, Manzanilla, or however you say that one. I'm terrible. I don't know how you say it. Well, that's the 4 sherries I really know, so I can't think of any other ones. I feel like there are other ones, but it is sweet, it's sticky. It's not a bad nose, but I mean the grass kind of throws me off a little bit too grassy, and it makes me think it's quite young, and it's not an enjoyable grass smell. Oh, number 2, number 2. Who are you? It's like what is it? Cilla Black, Blind Dates. Oh, that's candied. That's nice. That's oh, lovely. I want to know what the tasting notes are for these. I don't know if the sheet has the tasting notes, or if they're online or what. But I'm definitely going to be looking these up, because this is like candied. It's like being in a candy shop or a sweet store, confectionery store. It reminds me of like a flump, almost like a marshmallow. Yeah, that's really nice. It's burny, it's high ABV. Like when I'm taking this deep breath in, it's singeing the nose hairs, but that sweetness, I just want more of it. Why am I getting so excited? I just want more of it. Yeah, so sweet, so warm, and oh, what's that now? Yeah, cherry bakewell or something. It's a little sour though as well. Oh, a little, yeah, there's a sour note there. It's oh, that's weird. I'm not sure about that, but that's interesting. It's, what could that be? It's like a sour, it's a little like, it's like something off, but not horribly off. It's just almost edging off, like a sour fruit. Something just souring a little bit. Like in the next couple of days, it's going to be hot, like honking. It's going to be houfing. But at the moment, it's a kind of pleasant sour. But if you leave this fruit out, whatever this fruit is, if you leave this imaginary fruit out in the sun or and out any longer, it's just going to become rotten. But at the moment, it's just a little sour and it's a little pleasant. But you know you shouldn't eat it, if that makes sense. Yeah, I like that, that's good. So we're going to put that above that for sure. That candied element mixed with that weird sourness that for some reason the freak in me is enjoying it. Nothing. Is my nose, is there any way to clear your nose other than blowing it to neutralise your scent, your aromas, is it scent receptors? Oh, that's a little chocolatey. Number 3. Whoever you are. A little chocolatey, and once again there's a little bit of this, maybe it's like funk, that sourness, but this is more, it's not sour, it's more funk. Yeah, it's like a little funkiness. A little fusty, a little off as well, but not in the sense that, so that's off as in sour, this is off as in, yeah, fusty. More like bread or something. That's more like an off, like a sour fruit, a fruit that's souring, and this is more like bread or something that's going kind of mouldy or cheese. A kind of funkiness, but it's nice, it's a nice cheese. Yeah, I like that. I'm trying to see, oh, there was a little bit of grass there as well. Yeah, a little bit of, this time it's like dried hay. Yeah, a little hay, kind of agricultural, a barn or a farmhouse, that there's a little manure there as well that I'm just imagining now. I don't know if it's in the glass or I'm just picturing it, but yeah, it's like being at a farm. Yeah, I'm trying to see that's opening up now. The sticky, the grass element isn't so grassy now, it's more sticky, sweet. It's like a sticky toffee pudding this now. But, and see now going from that to that, this, it goes almost like fresh, kind of crisp. But I do like the farm element to this. And this is just for me like typical, maybe young sherry, like sticky, like it's just typical sherry, but then with that young element of grass. So I think I'm enjoying that more, so that's there. And it's mental because they're light, like they're the lighter colours, and I don't think that's swaying my opinion any, but I am enjoying that better, the agricultural. And then this sourness, the sourness has got me. Number 4, that's quite similar to number 3, quite similar. No, I'd say this is a little darker actually. Number 4 is a little darker. Maybe toffee or like cinder toffee, kind of honeycomb, like brittle toffee. But it feels watery. It feels, this could be less ABV than 1, 2 and 3. Or maybe my nose hairs have just been burnt right off and I'm not getting any burn at all. But that feels less. It feels, dare I say it, almost like chill filtered or watered down, like really watered down. I don't know if you can smell chill filtration, so there's a hair there. I don't know if you can smell chill filtration. Maybe just watered down, let's say watered down. But yeah, that feels a little lacking. Yeah, that's going to stay there. I'm going to have a little drink of water and then we'll go to number 5. I'm just trying to hope that no, that's number 2. Oh well, I've done that in the wrong order. I just try to look to the bottom of the glass. Yeah, that's number 5. So number 5's at the top. What a number to. Anyway, number 2. Yeah, number 2 is like feet. It smells like feet. But not in a bad way. Yeah, once again, 3. A little cheesy to go along with the cheesy element. Like if a kid's just their fingers to link to feet and to link to appendages, or I don't know what are they called, appendages, to link to that. It's like a child that's at like Watsits, loads of those cheesy crisps. I don't know how far reaching Watsits are, they're just like cheese puffs. I don't even think I have an American audience, so I don't know why I'm translating, but yeah, like cheese puffs or Watsits. And it smells like the child's hand, like stinking of cheese, stinking of fingers. I don't have children, but I do have nephews and nieces and that, and it's that smell. Or even my dog, Jura, sometimes when he goes out and walk and his paws, because he's so furry, when his paws soak up the water and the dirt and that, he gets what we call cheesy paws. You can smell his feet and they smell cheesy, it smells like that. It's not, and grassy as well. Young to me. Maybe a little vanilla coming through now, but no, I don't like that. It's a little too feet-like or too cheesy finger-like, so that'll go to the bottom. So that's 5. No, that's 2. Number 6. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's nice. And it's not just because of the colour, but that is. Yeah, there's Coca-Cola cubes for sure. Maybe the colours alluding to that. I'm not sure where this is going to go, but already it's above those 3. It could even go there. It's just nice. I'm trying to think what it is. Cranberry. I'm getting cranberry, like cranberry juice or pomegranate. Maybe like pomegranate juice, something like that. Yeah, nice sweet fruity. I'm not sure what pomegranates are more the seeds, aren't they? Like the pomegranate seeds, or the juice itself. Yeah, it's just, that's nice. That's rich, deep. I know it's sherry. It does say Sherry Cask Tasting, but this is almost for me like port, like a nice, rich, deep, sticky, almost strawberry. But it's pomegranate. It's just, that's really nice. That's good. That's got more wood now. That's opened up. I reckon they've probably all opened up. It's going to be a long video, by the way. It's going to take me ages to edit this. But yeah, that's still a little grassy element, still a little young youthfulness to it. But a little bit of sherbet now, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of citrus. It reminds me of more like dried lemon, or yeah, like dehydrated lemon that you get in like potpourri or something. That pomegranate, that is just lovely. It is, it's like potpourri. Yeah, I like that, but I think I'm still going to keep number 5 at the top. I can't remember what I said about number 5 now. It's my mind's frazzled. That could even go at the top. Right, so what we've got is we've got 6 at number 1 for the nose, 5. I'll put a graphic up for what they are once I find out what they are, and the graphic will go up. So we've got 6, 5, 3, 1, 4 and 2. So I don't know if I should add water, if this will just extend it even more, but I'm going to go the palates, do the palates, and what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to do them in the line-up order, because I'm assuming Springbank lined them up in that order for a certain reason. So we'll start with 1. That's strong. I'm going to add a little bit of water to that. It's nice flavours though, but it's just strong. Yeah, it's really nice. Quite creamy. I've not really got any peat throughout these noses, and I can't really taste any peat in this, but or maybe a touch, a little earthiness. But the flavours there were really nice. It's sweet, it is rich. It's, I want to say, a little cereal note. Oh, that is nice. It's it's a nice sherried whiskey, and it's Springbank. It's creamy as well. There's yogurt. There's Greek yogurt coming through, just kind of slicing through, or would it be like sludging or slithering through the sherry? I'm just imagining now yogurt try to slice. It would just be a mess. See, this is what's going on in my head when I'm recording. Anyway, it's nice. Like I said, sweet, sticky. There's definitely a toffee, fudgy element, and I want to say like a rum raisin fudge. That's probably quite obvious because it's sherry. But that's what I want to say. My dad's just came back with the dog, so I'm going to have to try and let him in and then edit the video out, but I can't get his attention. So I'm just going to continue until he chaps the door or comes in, but the dogs will probably go mental. But yeah, that's nice. We'll put that obviously here for now. So that's got some water in it. We'll just put it there because yeah, we'll just go down the line up and decide what gets overtaken. So number 2. So that's strong, not as strong as 1. I've not had to add any water to that yet, but it's rather oily, viscous in the palate, quite thick in the palate. This was my least favourite from the nose because of that cheesy element, kind of cheesy frosty element. But the palate, although that was really tasty, a lot of lovely flavours there, this is, how would I say, like hypnotising. It's hypnotising the right word? Something like that. It's encapsulating, yeah, hypnotising. It's like a drug almost, like a sweet, mouth coating, luxuriously velvet drug or something like that. It's enticing. It's woody, but still quite sweet. There's definitely, like, I would say, a kind of hazelnut chocolate there, but I can't get over the mouthfeel. The mouthfeel was okay in number 1, but nothing compared to this, and for some reason I'm enjoying that. Even though there was more flavours, I'm really enjoying the mouthfeel, and it's intoxicating. That's the word, it's intoxicating. It's got me. Yeah, I'm going to actually put that there for now. The smell has changed as well. It's not as cheesy. But yeah, maybe even like I don't know, like no, it's not. I was going to say a melted cheese, a cream cheese. But yeah, really nice in the palate, really nice mouthfeel. So number 3. Number 3 is quite similar to number 2 in the mouth, with regards to the mouthfeel, but it's a little bit, I'm just going to add water to both and just try them side by side again, but it's a little bit more drying. Number 2 was quite refreshing, nice oily mouthfeel, and it didn't dry out your mouth too much. But number 3's, yeah, it's kind of dried it out. It's a little, it reminds me of like a wine rather than a sherry. I don't know if that makes sense, but I always get a drying experience with wine, like red wine, when I drink it solely on its own rather than in a whiskey. I get quite a drying experience. So we'll go back to this with some water in it. Yeah, it's still quite drying, and like I said, there's a dominant wine aspect that I'm not really enjoying. So I'm going to put it below 1. These are the other ones still to try. So I'm going to put it below 1, and we'll move on to number 4. Similar to number 3, quite drying. It's evidently peated, or to me, I out of the 3 that I've already tried in the palate, this is the most evidently peated one. We'll try it with some of the water added to it. This to me reminds me of, yeah, the peat's it's very evident. This to me reminds me of more of, I want to say more of a long row. It's not as peated as a long row, and these are all Springbanks. I'm not trying to seem like I'm more intelligent by tricking you out or something. I don't know what I'm saying, but these are all Springbanks, but this feels more peated. It feels like it could be a long row. It might just be a cask strength. There is a little touch of a kind of I want to say blueberry. Like a muffin, maybe not blueberry. I was just trying to think what I was picturing in my head, and I was picturing a blueberry muffin, but this is like a muffin in the glass, muffiny for some reason. I don't know what's giving me that experience, and if it is a blueberry muffin, there is a little bit of sweetness, but yeah, this is quite peated, and I'm enjoying it. It's nice, so I'm going to put it above 3. I didn't like 3 for the drying wine aspect, but I still think 2 and 1 are better. So one had, like I said, one had the better, to be fair, it did have the better flavours, or the stronger flavours, the bolder flavours, but I just felt 2 was a lot better in the mouth, and it still had good flavours. So that's why 2's at the front, and maybe I should put 1 at the front, or even like put them side by side. But yeah, we'll continue on. I'm making this video longer than necessary. So we've done those 3, so we're on to number 5. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. That's like a, I don't know why I always relate things to Daft Mill. That's like a Springbank Daft Mill, and I'm really enjoying that. It's floral. It's aromatic. One of the strongest flavours I get from Daft Mill is like this kind of perfumey Parma Violet, and that's what I'm getting in this palette. It's very, almost like, I don't know, would I say lowland? Like kind of soft fruits, low fruits. I don't know what low fruits means. Yeah, melon. Yeah, soft, subtle fruits like melon, maybe papaya or something like that. Agave. I think agave is quite a soft fruit as well. That's really interesting. I want to know what that is. I want that. I want whatever this is. So this is number 5. I've obviously kept, like, I could have added these full things to glasses, but I want to do them on my own as well and take notes and decide what I need to chase. But this is nice. This could be, no, I'm really enjoying that. That's definitely going to number 1. Yeah, there's a little wood coming through, a little licorice. There's just a lot. It's really nice. I just keep saying really nice. It's tasty. So we'll get down to number 6, and like I said, I think 6 could be the Society bottle that came out. but I could be wrong, and I've heard a lot of good things about Society bottling, but we'll see. I'm trying not to go into this with any preconceptions, any prejudice. Other than this one, that's the only one that I think I might know what it is, with regards to the bottle rather than the taste. And it's sherry. Yeah. I don't think that needs any water. So not cola cubes now, but the gummy sweets. I think I'd got cola cubes in the nose, but you're getting those gummy sweets, the giant cola bottles. So it's that kind of almost synthetic cola flavour, that manufactured cola flavour. I know cola is manufactured anyway, but for the purpose of confectionery, for the purpose of sweets, that's what's in here. It's not like sickly sweet. I think PX is the sickly sweet one. This is more like an Oloroso or something. It's not sickly sweet. It's not like sticky toffee or toffee sauce or anything. It's like cola. It's kind of deeper. It's kind of a little bit more savoury. That is nice. It's it's savoury. It's a little dry. It's a little bitter. Like a little salty, but it's nice. I want to say maybe not necessarily like a salty caramel, but something along those lines, like a kind of cooked or roasted or toasted savoury item, savoury pastry, with a little charring to it, a little burning. That's really quite nice as well. I think so. I like the flavours in one. I felt like that was more like sherry, like atypical sherry, which is fine, which is nice. It's hard to distinguish between 1 and 6, and in regards of favourites. 1 I felt had more flavours, had more atypical sherry flavours, and had more kind of bolder flavours. But this is just, I don't know, it's got a different dimension to it, almost a different complexity to it. I feel like 1's quite one-dimensional, and 6 is more two-dimensional or three-dimensional, whatever. So I think for that reason, 6 is going to go to number 3. I'm just going to have the rest of it. So I'll put the graphic up again of what my favourite for the palate is. So number 5, then number 2, then number 6, then number 1, then number 4, and then number 3. We'll grab the sheet that I threw away earlier, and we'll reveal which is which. So the Springbank Sherry Cask online tasting will take place on the 14th of May 2021, so that was almost a year ago. So yeah, I've definitely forgotten what they all are, and if I hadn't forgotten, I have definitely forgotten now because of all these whiskies. So it's on the back, you can see it. I can't see it yet, and I'll reveal it now. I don't know why I'm making a build up. So number 1 is Springbank Oloroso 9-year-old 58.3% ABV. Now I need to try and recall what I said about them. I think I said it was grassy. 9-year-old isn't that young. It's young, but it's not that young. But I think I got grass from that and 3 possibly, or I got a grass from a few of them. Fresh Oloroso. So I would have said that was more typical sherry. So I kind of thought that might have been PX in my head. I'm just trying to conclude this to add any sort of depth to it, to any actual reason to watch this. But yeah, I thought that might have been PX, but it's Oloroso. Number 2, which was the cheesy feet on the nose, and then that really nice oily viscous mouthfeel, is Springbank Manzanilla, so that's how you say it, 4-year-old, 57.9%, so that's 58.3, 57.9, cask type, 2 years in refill bourbon. I can't remember if I got any vanilla on it, and then 2 years in fresh fill Manzanilla. So there was one, I think it was number 3 that I said was too winey. So I thought maybe that would be like a fresh sherry cask. So we'll see what that is. But yeah, number 2, surprising. That is a lot better in the palate. I'm pretty sure that was last in the nose, and it's made its way up to number 2, second place for the palate. But that kind of says to me that I need to explore a bit more of Manzanilla casks then, because I really enjoyed the palate, although the nose was lacking. But with some water and with some time, it has changed. It's not as cheesy. It's more like now it reminds me of when you put toast in the grill, and you put cheese on top and you melt it and make grilled cheese or roasted cheese or whatever you call it, wherever you're from. Toasted cheese, loads of people call it different things. But yeah, that reminds me of that now, so it's a lot better on the nose, but nice to know. Maybe want to keep my eye out on. Number 3, the one that I just couldn't, I can't remember what I placed on the nose, but the palate I couldn't get on with is a Springbank Fino 5-year-old. So I'm not sure what Fino is, but that sounds like wine to me, so I'm going to take that as a win. I'm going to say I somehow deduced that was not, yeah, it was wine, but I know they're all sherry. I don't know what Fino is, just a type of sherry. Maybe I don't know, a simpler, a more closely related to wine sherry, I don't know. 59.1%, 3 years in refill bourbon and 2 years in fresh Fino. But yeah, it was nice nose, and it's still a nice nose. A little bit of cinnamon there now, like kind of Christmassy. I got a Christmas feel on it, but I didn't really like the palate for that winey, drying element. Number 4, which is number 5 on the palate, is Springbank Amontillado 6-year-old, 58%. So that is 4 years in refill bourbon and 2 years in fresh Amontillado. Or Amontillado. Tillado? Ah. Still a nice nose. I can't remember what I thought of the palate now, because there's too many. It's not bad. I think number 5 was the one I really. There was one in the nose. I need to watch this back myself, but there's one in the nose that I thought I need to see what this is, and I think I need to chase a few of them, try and get my hands on these. Number 5. Yeah, so number 5 was number 1. So it might be number 5 that I'm needing to chase. It's Springbank Palo Cortado, so that's the one the only one that I knew the name of. It's 56.9% ABV, 7-year-old, cask type, 5 years in refill bourbon, and then 2 years in the fresh Palo Cortado. I can't remember if I said this was the one that had the Greek yogurt, or I can't remember now. But one of them had a nice bourbon element. And number 6, which is number 3, is the Springbank Pedro Ximenez at 8-year-old, which is the same age as the Society one. 6 years in refill bourbon and 2 years in fresh fill Pedro Ximenez. So I thought that was Oloroso possibly, because I didn't think it was as sickly sweet as Pedro Ximenez usually is. I think Springbank done the virtual bottling fully in Pedro Ximenez. I might be wrong, but I feel like it was fully in Pedro Ximenez. It was just a bit too much, but that's a lot more delightful, and I'm glad I've got a bottle of that. If that is the same one, I think it is. Looking back to the ABVs, 57.1. But yeah, that was nice. The number 5, the Palo Cortado. I wonder where the hell that's going, or what they're doing with that. 7-year-old. Maybe I've missed the gun. Maybe it's already been released or something. But that was really nice, really interesting. So yeah, that's been the video. I've got a little bit, had a little bit to drink, obviously, with these high ABVs. It's going to be a nightmare to edit. It's going to be so long, but I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope, I hope you've had fun watching this. I've definitely had fun drinking them. So thanks for watching. I've been Stuart. This has been Whisky Whims. I'll see you later.